We're selling our house and we're selling it for sale by owner. In this video, the second in the series, I'm going to discuss where we're at in the process, what we've done so far, and what we have left to do to actually get listed. Hi, my name's Joel White. I'm a 13-year veteran real estate agent, and I'm selling my house for sale by owner, just like I teach hundreds of other people to do. Subscribe to this channel, because this isn't the kind of channel where people come back again and again to be entertained. They come here once, maybe twice, to learn how to sell their house themselves, just like you're gonna do, and save thousands of dollars. So hit that subscribe button and you can help them. Stick around to the end and I'll show you how to save even more money and easily refresh the woodwork and the walls in your house to make it look really, really good when it's showing. We had our garage sale. We talked about that. It went very well. We sold just about all of our stuff. We have very little left, just what we need to survive on for the next couple of months before we move. And of course, the stuff we're taking with us. We've cleaned the house, every little nook and cranny. We cleaned vents up on the wall. We've cleaned tops of shelves. We're just cleaning everything because when you're selling a house, cleanliness is really, really important. When your house is dirty, people walk into it and they just don't feel good. And you want them to feel good as they're touring your house. So we've done all that. We had a painter in, he painted 3 walls. We washed all the rest of the walls with magic sponge and some cleaner, and I'll show you about that. And what we have left to do now is just some little odds and ends, a little bit more cleaning, and I need to mow the lawn. I've already taken pictures. As soon as I get the lawn mowed, I'll take pictures of the outside, and then I'll get it up and listed and start accepting showings. I've been going around the house and refreshing the woodwork, especially the baseboard, because it takes a beating. And how I do that, I'm going to show you in just a second. But you can see here where I've already done some work, and then you can see over here where it changes and it's all worn and scratched and scuffed. But so what we do here is just take a stain rag. I used to do this a lot when I was building houses right before closing, just to kind of freshen them up a little bit. But this baseboard has been here since like 1992, and it's been worked on. So I'm just gonna take my stain rag, I'm gonna get it wet, and then I have this piece of cardboard here that I'm gonna hold to the floor so I don't get it all over the floor like I just did. Okay, so I'm just going to take my stain rag and just rub stain over this baseboard very carefully on the top so I don't ruin the painter's work. I'm just going to rub that in there and move my board down as I go to keep the stain off the floor. Very carefully on the top. Okay, there. Now all those scratches and everything are filled in. This looks like new. I'm going to take this clean rag and I'm going to go over what I've just done. And that's going to wipe off all the excess. So I still have the varnish as the top layer, but it's filled in all the cracks and the nail holes and the scuff marks. So the base looks really good. I have wood cabinets in my house. So I'm going to treat these just like I did the baseboard and the rest of the woodwork in the house. If you have painted cabinets, if you've painted them, hopefully you still have some of the paint left over so you can touch them up if need be. And if not, you can use a non-abrasive cleaner to clean off the dirt and the muck from the cabinets. But in this case, I'm going to take a wet rag just like before, and I'm going to wipe this all over the cabinets, all the little nooks and crannies, and underneath here, especially where people grab the cabinet to open it, because it wears off that lacquer and that stain so that it becomes bare wood. And this is just going to restain all that. So I'll get stain all over there, and then I'm going to take a wiping rag and I'm going to wipe all of that stain off. Now remember, these cabinets have lacquer or varnish on them. So this stain is basically just sitting on top of that varnish. So I want to get it off of there pretty quickly, but yet it's still going to fill in any scratches or holes or areas where the varnish and the stain have rubbed off to bare wood. And then once I get all that off, I take one extra step on the cabinets that we don't do on the baseboard. And that's because when you put the stain on here, sometimes it leaves behind a little sticky residue. I can't really feel it with these sexy purple gloves on, but trust me, it does. So what we want to do is take a wood polish. This is just one I picked up at Lowe's. There's tons of them out there. I don't think it really matters what kind you use, but the purpose of it is we're going to spray it on the cabinet. We're going to take a clean rag, and then we're going to wipe that off. And what that's doing is it's taking off any extra stain residue that's on top of the lacquer and the good parts of the cabinet, but yet it's leaving behind the stain on the where it seeped into the cracks in the bare wood. Plus it gives a nice little shine to the cabinets. And that's it. You do your whole kitchen like that and your cabinets will look new. One thing to remind you about is the kitchen is super important to make sure that it looks really, really good. When I show houses, the first place people go when we walk inside is into the kitchen to check out the kitchen. Kitchen is the most important room in the house when it comes to showing when you're selling your walls is a big deal. How your walls look when people walk in to view your house makes a big impression. If they're dirty and need painting, they just start adding that up in their head, how much it's gonna cost them to paint the walls. But if your walls look good, it'll help you to sell the house. So it's a great idea to paint, but not all walls need painting. Like I say, we just had these painted 3 years ago and they're still in pretty good condition, but for a few places. And we're gonna talk about that right now. So what I like to do is, I don't know how well you can see these stains on my phone camera, but what I like to do is take like a Mr. Clean magic eraser is what it's called. I learned about these when I was building houses, but you get this thing wet, you rinse it out, and it literally will just wipe stains right off the wall. Okay? And it works magically, and hence magic eraser. But if you don't have one of those, or you don't want to use it, or you prefer cleaners, you can also just take a non-abrasive cleaner. Make sure it's non-abrasive so it doesn't take off the paint or damage the walls. Spray a little bit of that on there. Take a clean rag. I like to use these lint rags because they're so soft, and that will clean off your walls also. And same thing with doors. I'm going to use a magic eraser over here on this door. You can see right here all around the handle where it's become, fingerprints and dirty and such. So if I take this eraser, I can just get all that dirt off right around in there. And I'm done. No need to paint. You just save thousands of dollars. And please hit that subscribe button down below. This isn't the kind of channel that people come back to again and again and again and builds up a lot of subscribers. People come here once, maybe twice to learn how to sell their house themselves. And by subscribing, you're gonna help other people find it, and then they too can sell their house themselves and save thousands of dollars. So hit that subscribe button, and I thank you for that.